Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. May I welcome you to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. All right, today I want to read a letter that was written by, actually a vlog that was written by Cohen Miles Rap. And he wanted to talk about his experience. And he wants to know, was he a victim or is he not a victim? Dealing with his mental health dilemma. And I'm going to share something with you that he shared. And I want y'all to leave y'all comments below. Please tell me what you think about this. And hopefully Cohen Miles will read this and get some inspiration. When you become physically ill, there is a good chance you'll receive get well cards, flowers, or something indicating a caring community supporting you. When I became severely ill, there was little support other than some family and friends. Barely anyone knew. It stayed quiet, actually, shoved behind the wall, similar to those I was admitted into. Why? Because it was a mental illness. Instead of a caring community, I received shame, especially during the worst time of my schizoaffective disorder. I was 22 years old in my last semester of undergraduate college when I suffered 2 psychotic breaks. During this time, I was unable to control my thoughts and behavior. The second was more severe. It was a psychotic break that led me to do things I would have never imagined I would have been capable of. I ended up in a jail cell where my mind was more trapped than my body. After 2 weeks of delusional and disconnection from reality, my mental state became stable only to feel a lifetime of guilt, shame, and sadness. What I had done was in no way a reflection of who I am. As I was tossed in solitary confinement, the outside world received only a glimpse of what had happened to me. They saw an incorrect portrayal by the local media, of course, helping to create the stigma that still follows me today. Man bites off large chunk of dad's earlobe are some of the first words you see when you search my name online. You might find some of the Facebook comments saying he needs the ever-living shit beat out of him, or he's a Mike Tyson wannabe. The lack of care about what I was going through was pretty evident. I understand why people fear me. The words they see have no context to who I have been my whole life. Maybe if we treated mental illness the same way we do physical illness, the community would be more sympathetic and caring. Maybe the news articles would have been different. Maybe I would have received get well cards and visits from friends and family when I first went to the hospital. Instead of jail, maybe I would have been taken to a place that wouldn't shut the door on me and watch as I uncontrollably shook my body, saying the devil's inside of me. Maybe when I became healthy, my brother-in-law wouldn't have stopped me from seeing my nephew without him around. Maybe a conversation with someone saying I was a crazy lunatic and should have stayed in the jail cell would have been different. Maybe a classmate in my current graduate program wouldn't have expressed their fear of me to another classmate. Maybe I wouldn't be experiencing the stress of not knowing who has read those articles. Maybe people would take an extra step to remember how each situation is different. Try to understand them and then realize judging and generalizing doesn't give hope to those who suffer from mental illness. Despite all of this, today I am attending graduate school, working towards a master's in social work. I'm still striving to make social change. With proper treatment, I have been able to learn how to live with mental illness. There have been many people who've shown their support for me, and I am grateful for them, especially my father. Thank you for continuing to love me and care for me. I love you, and I am sorry for what happened to you. First, I wanted the news outlets to remove or limit the ability to search those articles. But with an email to each one of them, only one was removed. I pondered the battle of getting others removed, but I changed my mind. I realized by hiding the stigma I've experienced from those articles wouldn't help prevent it from myself or from others in the first place. Instead, I'm writing myself and as a self-care advocate, using my voice and with desire to help change the perception of mental illness. Change begins with a community that offers to support any person suffering. Together we can continue creating an empathetic, caring community. Illness doesn't stop with me. Be empathetic. Give support. See the change. Be the change. Cohen now has a bachelor's degree in psychology and communication. He grew up in Compton, New York. Thank you for that. You know, this is a very touching story for me on so many levels. Because we're quick to throw people away. When you know they have personalities and have disorders and things that come out to the forefront. And I just say in the black community, and I'm speaking to y'all right now, y'all know those on the sound of my voice, I'm just telling you, I received a text or email from somebody saying that people are jumping on the bandwagon of mental illness. It's like, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm well past 50, and now I see that we living in the most fucking crazy. I've been noted, but this is further lets me know when Donald Trump became president of these United States that this is the most narcissistic, pompous, arrogant, sick fucking nation that has ever been produced. Yes, how can we not? Look how we've excelled. Just like a narcissist personality. We've excelled. We've been great. We've done all these things in such a short period of time. Yet we founded a country on mayhem, bloodshed, thievery, kidnapping, murder, rape, deceit. All this stuff. All this stuff built this country. And the people who formed these ideas that white is right, black is fucked up, are crazy. No sane and rational person would even see the world that way. No sane, like God made a mistake and only white people are supposed to be here. And you bought into a narrative that you're inferior. You bought into a narrative because of what you've witnessed and because of the soil you grew out of, that what you were being subjected to was right. But it wasn't. And you were being led down a path of darkness by a mass psychopaths. And so now y'all want to wonder why we got a country that is so disturbed. I mean, to me, it's just mind-boggling how we could think we could be anything but. Of course we have our genius. Of course we have our beauty that is all our own. As Americans. Yeah, I said it. As Americans. Yet America is a cesspool full of filth. And until we deal with the filth that's the cesspool that created America, mental illness will run rampant. It can't help but run rampant. It was started on madness. Keep that in mind. Whenever you get to getting ready to judge people and say things like, this country was founded on madness. I want to thank the national, National Alliance on mental illness for the article from Miles Cohen. If any of y'all need help, or if you're in some kind of crisis, just please get some support for yourself. If you feel that you got a family member that's, just a little challenging, just a little off-centered, and if you just want to say the word crazy, you can say whatever you want to say. At some point, you got to realize that all of us are crazy. Okay? But the craziest ones are the ones who think that there's nothing wrong with them. In my humble opinion. Get yourself some help. Call the NAMI hotline at 1-800-950-6264. Again, that number is 800-950-6264. If you're in a crisis, text NAMI to 741-741. Again, if you in any kind of crisis yourself, text to NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 741-741. Okay? With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Y'all take care of yourself and take care of your mind, because that's what they after now.